Rennis Fisher here. You're watching my YouTube channel where I talk about stock investments, options trading, and finance in general. In today's video, I'm going to talk about ARCC Capital Corporation and their stock. Is it a buy? Why I'm buying it, and let's talk about the ARCC. All right, so what is ARCC Capital? ARCC Capital Corporation is a management investment company. The company seeks to generate both income and capital appreciation through debt and equity investments, but primarily investing in U.S. middle market companies. So right now the stock price is about $21.62 US cents. The ticker for the stock is ARCC, and it has a pretty high, generous dividend with some 7.77%. If we will look on the stock like year to date, the price, it has been actually up for about some almost 3%. If you look in the longer time frame, like 1 year, it has appreciated by some impressive 20%. And the 5-year chart looks good as well. That was the same 22%. It had this huge drop here at the outbreak of the pandemic back in the March, April 2020, and ever since it has been recovered. I started to buy this stock around back in the August 2020. The price was about something between 14 and 15 US dollars, and I bought a couple of shares, literally a couple of shares, some 25 shares once a month using the so-called dollar cost averaging. And later I sold this stock, and I sold it, as you can see. I made some nice income. The stock price just recovered and went up, while I was also collecting this hefty dividend. And what's really cool, the ARCC Capital Corporation is we can sell options. And as an options trader, I like that. Unfortunately, it's not very options friendly. There are just weekly options. Well, they have just only monthly options. And if we will look on the options chain right now, it kind of looks like, okay, we could buy it for $21.62 right now, and we could sell March 18 one monthly options for about 30-25 cents, which is quite good, which is about would mean about 25, which would be about 1%. Yeah, it would be about 1%. 1% yield, monthly yield additional from the covered calls, which is quite good. Take into account, you can take those 7% from dividend, 7.77, and you can add the 1%. So in total, you could actually get about 20% yearly income from the dividend and covered calls. Unfortunately, those covered calls not always work like that. The stock could drop under. The stock could drop under, I don't know, our target price, and it would be pretty high. As you see, if it will drop like for $1, the next covered call strike price for the dollar higher is really low. And yeah, so this is not a typical stock I would buy for a covered call writing or a put writing, but this is something good to have. If you are looking for a long-term stock, then the ARCC Capital Corporation might be a good addition, and it might not be. I think the stock is not offering a lot of growth potential, and I think it's trading right now at its high. Although it's 52-week high, saying it's $23. So, but we are okay. If we will take a look on the chart, sorry for that. I'm also looking on the Bitcoin right now. If we are going to look on the ARCC chart from the trading view, let's quickly examine what the stock is showing us. Sorry for that, a bit slow today. We will look on a longer term trend, like let's say 3 months, and we will use the moving averages. I have already enabled moving averages, 50-day and 200-day. Right now it shows a bullish pattern while it has dropped under the 50-day trading price. It could go lower according to the chart. We should examine like what we can see from the 6 months chart. It also shows as we are still kind of in a bullish pattern, but it is dropping. But the good news, where could it drop? Well, it could drop to some $20, or it could drop some 1950. For a long-term holder, it shouldn't be nothing, but for a shorter term trading, this is something to be worried about. Anyhow, I'm buying this stock for my dividend portfolio. I'm looking to hold this stock for a long term. I actually bought yesterday. Again, I bought a really few shares. I bought 10 shares, paying $21.65. And they're going to pay me dividend about 45 cents per share. So it's going to be, and they are paying quarterly. It could be about, I will get about $4.50 from a small investment in the next dividend cycle. Annually, I will get about $18 from this little buy, and I'm talking with the prices before the tax. So the tax in general is some 15%, and you should this is something you should look after. So yeah, is ARCC a buy? I think it's a buy if you're looking for a long term and you're looking to have some dividend. With a pretty high dividend yield, but it's also really amazing. They have increased their latest dividend. I was looking at the Nasdaq dividend chart. It said 45 cents, but the previous dividend was 41 cents per share quarterly. But some other sources are saying they have increased by 1 cent, 42. This is something you should check. In general, the yield is pretty high. Again, I would be a little bit worried. I wouldn't put all my life savings on this stock, but as an additional high, and actually this is stock with the highest building yield in my portfolio. I mostly try to look on lower yield, like some 3%, 2%, but I'm using those stocks to sell covered calls more aggressively. So maybe this is a kind of a good balance if you're not into selling options. And yeah, so all right, thanks for watching. If you enjoy the content, please subscribe to the channel, click the notification icon not to miss important update. And yeah, do you own Ares Capital Corporation stock? If so, would you like to share your opinion? Drop me a comment. I would love to hear. Thanks for watching. See you soon.